Can you believe it? A wrestling review, an Impact wrestling review. On top of that, I can't believe it. I tell you, I'm genuinely in shock. But it's a pretty good show. We'll be here to discuss it with you. Impact Wrestling Turning Point 2021 review. Justin and I, the Impact guys. I think it's what we call ourselves at this point. The Impact guys. We will be sure to give you our in-depth and how we felt while watching the show. Should be a fun review, but I'm excited to definitely talk about this one. Impact Wrestling 2021 Turning Point. Finally getting back into Impact. This is exactly what we needed. This was it. This was it. Welcome in to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, I mean always, he means always, they mean always, you mean always, she means always, an instant classic.
Danny Dunn! Hi, Decay.
We'll see you on the flippity dippity. Oh yeah.
All right, what is going on, good people? DJ here, Justin over there, talking about Impact Wrestling's Turning Point, which happened on Saturday. What was that? November 20th, if I'm not mistaken.
November 21st, maybe. Was it?
No, today's Monday. So
November 20th. Yeah, it was.
So definitely, I was a little excited going into the show. I know Justin had mentioned to me, what was going down, and I knew some of the matches because I kind of had been on social media a little bit. Impact's stuff comes to me in passing. I feel like I enjoy watching it. I just haven't been able to watch it on a week-to-week basis. But I was excited coming in, and because I hadn't watched in a little while, like since Bound for Glory at least. Some of the stuff that I thought I knew, I'd actually forgotten, like Mickie James being the Knockout champion. I completely forgot that she won. Or I think, and I was telling Justin, I was like, I'm pretty sure I just skipped over that, thinking that Deonna Purrazzo was going to win. I'm pretty sure that's how that went for me. But definitely, I mean, not Hard to Kill. It's the Road to Hard to Kill. I'm looking at the YouTube channel now. But this show with Turning Point, I thought it was a very interesting show. It was good, but there was just some things that didn't make sense to me. They just started the show, just started it. No Turning Point hype package, no anything. I would say it was a typical Impact, which I think they have been doing that with Impact lately. But just starting the show, they don't always have a video package. But still, you want this to be a pay-per-view or something that you're going to pay exclusively to watch on Impact Plus, and then you're going to just basically give me an Impact. You're not even going to take the time to put, give me some video packages or something, especially because I think video packages, especially in wrestling, are crucial because, people jump in and out of different promotions and new faces come in and different feuds start, and you can miss wrestling for a month, and then there may be some new feuds and new programs started. So I think they dropped the ball on that one, especially for something that you want me to pay a little bit extra for to watch as an exclusive Impact Plus thing. I kind of expected, to get the, I kind of want, I want the pay-per-views to be the pay-per-views, but at the same time, I want this to be, feel like a kind of a big show too, I feel like, but what was your thoughts going into Turning Point?
Really, I had no, I kind of knew what the card was going into it, but I didn't really have any expectations going into the show. But I'll tell you, over the past Impact specials that I have watched, they've been pretty good to great. And I think this one was no different here. This one was a pretty good show here. I like how they actually build up on the weeks, building up to these shows. I like how they have some substance on these shows, like how they have some meaning to these shows, going in. So these are kind of like how they have the pay-per-views and stuff. These are lead into those, next coming pay-per-views. So which I like that. And we get some surprising things on there, which is pretty cool, which usually, back in the past, they never really had surprises on these Impact specials, which I'm happy that they did.
And I think too, what I noticed was, they do have a knack for surprises. I think, especially as of late, within the shows and at the end of shows, because I think what we left off was Moose with that crazy cash in on Josh Alexander at Bound for Glory, and we were like, how they gonna do Josh like that? Like, and on one hand, I saw a lot of people who were like, see, this is why I don't like Impact, because this is what they do. They do stupid stuff. Like, I'm like, Moose is a heel, right? The company wants you to dislike him. Josh Alexander had this absolutely iconic, almost freaking X Division title run that like put him practically on the map. Like he had like as a singles guy, like he had an amazing, like an absolutely amazing X Division championship run. And then he scratches and claws. He cashes in option C, which I don't remember what option A or option B are. I know option A is like keep the title, but I don't remember what option B was. But anyway,
was there an option B?
Yeah,
I mean, there has to be an option B because there's option C.
I'd have to look it up. It's something that for some reason I don't remember. I don't know what it is, but I don't remember it. But I mean, you always remember option C because that's all.
Wasn't it Austin Aries who came up with option C? Yeah.
Yep, it was him. Yep. And I feel like Josh Alexander had a great X Division championship run. Like it was awesome. Like probably one of the best that we've seen, and there's been some pretty good ones as of late too. Like TJP had a pretty good run. Ace Austin has had some good runs, but I think Josh Alexander almost topped them all, and especially because it was kind of like I personally, just from the little bit I've seen of Josh Alexander, didn't know he was that good as a singles guy because I'd only seen him in the North. So I was like, I didn't know what to expect of him as a singles guy, and he just rose right to the top. And then he scratches and claws, he gets his freaking title shot, and he wins the title. And then Moose cashes in his gauntlet for the gold little contract or briefcase or whatever you want to call it, and steals it from him. And that's the visual you get at the end of the show, which is like, I thought it was great. It shocked the heck out of me. I don't know why I didn't expect Moose to do that, but it shocked the heck out of me. Josh's wife and his kids are in the ring, and Moose is just looking down on him. That's where we left off. So Moose is coming in as the world champion. He would face Eddie Edwards in the main event in a Full Metal Mayhem match, which I thought was an excellent match. But why Eddie Edwards keeps getting title shots, I'll never understand. As much as I like him, it's just like, we don't really have anybody we want to put in the title match right now. So Eddie Edwards, just go out there and give us a good match and lose. Like that's pretty much.
And also he's a heel right now in Pro Wrestling Revolver. Like him and Davey Richards. They returned as they brought the American Wolves back, and now they're heels because like they turned heel at the end of their match. Which I'm surprised. I don't know if he's gonna turn heel in Impact and stuff. That'd be cool if Davey Richards would come back to Impact. I love to see him back in Impact. That'd be pretty dope to see the Wolves back in Impact. But that's a little sidebar there. Taking something from Casey there.
Yeah, that would be fun. But we started off the show with Chris Saban versus Ace Austin with Madman Fulton, and Ace Austin has kind of been holding it over Chris Saban's head that, hey, I've beaten you, and I think he's beaten him twice, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So he's been kind of holding it over his head. He even had the T-shirt, I've beaten Chris Saban twice or whatever, that he wore down to the ring, little mind games. And then that would actually even play a role at the end of the match where Saban was about to win the match, and then Fulton throws in the T-shirt. And I didn't even think that it was the same shirt. I just thought, at first I thought it was like he was throwing in the towel almost.
Yeah, me too. I thought exactly the same thing.
Yeah, they kind of blew me away with that. And I was like, oh, okay, it's a T-shirt. But then I don't know why. I guess I was too invested in the match to worry about what was going on with the T-shirt, because I saw him throw the T-shirt and I was like, what is this? What is going on? What is this T-shirt? Then he puts the T-shirt on. I'm like, oh, okay, the T-shirt from before. And then Saban ended up beating him with the T-shirt on, which was kind of turnabout's fair play and whatnot. But that was good stuff. And also anybody who wants to watch the show who doesn't have Impact Plus, they have this new Ultimate Insiders thing where I don't know if they're gonna I don't know exactly what it is. I just happen to see it on the bottom of the screen for the show. Something they were promoting like just passively, and you can watch Turning Point on the YouTube channel through that whole thing or whatever. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, this match was good. Excellent match. Ace Austin is awesome. Of course, Chris Saban is awesome. So I mean, just a really good match, really good way to start the show. And to have Chris Saban kind of get that sneaky pinfall on him with the shirt on I thought was pretty good. And I think perfect way to start the show. Justin, what's your thoughts on the opening contest?
Yeah, I thought it was a really good opener. Like both these guys, have really good chemistry in the ring with each other. Really fast-paced action. With Ace Austin, doing this, high flying moves that he does. There was this one spot in the match where he did a side Russian leg sweep on the ropes. That was a pretty cool spot in the match. These guys just went back and forth during the match, which. I'm happy that they gave Chris Saban the win here because to have Chris Saban lose 3 times in a row, I don't think that would have went over very well. And like you said, DJ, turned out it's fair play. With him, with Ace Austin wearing the T-shirt, him getting pinned in the T-shirt, that was funny. And then later on the night when Chris Saban was wearing that T-shirt, he put like tape over it and said, "I am Chris," or I think it said, "I am Chris Saban," or something like that.
Yeah,
Which I thought that was hilarious, but no, it was a good opener. I really enjoyed it. And I mean, Ace Austin, what he's been doing in Impact he's been doing some great stuff here.
Yeah, definitely. Moving on to Heath and Rhino going up against Violent by Design. Another win for Violent by Design. The returning Eric Young in this match, who's been out for, I want to say 9 months or so with that ACL injury, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know the exact, but he's been out for a while. But he's been involved also too, and Rhino was in Violent by Design, and then he turned on VVD after Heath came back, which was fun. I don't know what they're doing with Jake Something at all, but I still wish they would add him in to Violent by Design just as another element. They could really be one of those factions that kind of takes over in a way, and kind of goes after all the titles, if they want to. But I mean, I like the pairing of Eric Young and Joe Doring. I think they're a good little pairing. And they almost seem like an unbeatable pairing because you got, Eric Young, who's, a veteran and will do anything it takes to win. And Joe Doring's just big enough to, how are you going to stop him? And I think they've done a good job of booking that from the times I've seen Joe Doring in Impact. Heath and Rhino looks pretty good, but I'm glad Violent by Design, kept it up. It's weird because I think they kicked out Rhino for losing sake, I thought it was. And then I think they were also like pulling that little card with Diener when Rhino first joined too, like how Diener was kind of like the weak link or whatever. That's why I kind of wish they would do something with him because I personally don't see Diener as a good singles guy. I think he needs somebody to accompany him. I think he just does better with somebody with him, especially with him. Him and Jake were hilarious, but also I think as a heel tag team, just Jake being that bruiser guy and Diener kind of doing like the nitty gritty work for the tag team. I think they would be a really good heel tag team too. And then maybe even break away from Violent by Design and maybe, go back to their more positive, face gimmick, way on down the road or whatever. But I don't know. Because I just feel like right now, for the longest time, they were trying to do something with Jake Something. And then they just threw it away. They were really, I mean, that was the storyline with him and Cody Diener. But then they kind of just threw it away. And basically just threw Jake Something away when they could have easily had it be a, if you can't beat them, join them type thing, and kept the Dieners out because the Dieners are a good tag team. They're a fun tag team to watch. So I still kind of scratch my head on that, booking decision, but Violent by Design gets the win. What was your thoughts on Violent by Design versus Heath and Rhino?
This was a decent match here. I really wasn't, expecting much out of this match. Um, it seems like Heath Slater, he just got dominated a lot during this match. Of course, the baby faces, they get beat up a lot during the match, and then they make the hot tag. They make the hot tag, and then Rhino comes in. He cleans house and beats up EY and Joe Doran, which I like seeing Joe Doran and Rhino square up against each other. That was pretty cool. But it was good that they had the Violent by Design win. How did they win? Oh yeah, it was with the EY brought in the mask and hit. Was it Rhino with the mask, or was it? I can't remember who it was. They hit Rhino or Heath Slater with the mask, and that's how they won the match. Which, I thought that that's a good way to protect Rhino and Heath Slater here. I feel like this feud's going to continue with them more down the road here. But yeah, I definitely agree with you, DJ, that they should throw Jake something into this faction, because what has Jake well, I haven't been watching the weekly episodes of Impact, but I don't think Jake something has been doing that much.
I can guarantee you, if he's been doing anything, he's just been thrown around, because that's what was happening before when I was watching.
Mm-hmm.
He was just kind of thrown around, especially after the feud with Diener. He just kind of got thrown around in different stuff and was kind of the big baby face. They tried to save the day and everything. That's pretty much all they did with him.
Yeah. So,
which I mean, they could really simplify him and make him really good. I mean, dude's huge. He could run the power game. In the tag team with Diener. I just think that works perfectly for him instead of having him be generic Jake something, because we've talked about it before, what's the end game with Jake something? He just wanted to get rid of the Diener name. That was the whole, or not. He just wanted to not be cousin Jake anymore. Just Jake something just doesn't, it doesn't give him anything to build off of. Right, I get wanting to ditch the cousin Jake thing because your cousin turned his back on you, but it's do something with him, for lack of a better term.
No pun intended.
Right.
Yeah, I just don't understand, and the name Jake something, what?
Yeah.
You could come up with anything better. You couldn't just call him Jake. No, not Jake the Snake Roberts. Also, I'm not talking. It's I just hate. Also, I hate how his attire is so bland. This has something on the back of his tights. I don't like it.
Tragic.
It is tragic.
VSK versus Rich Swan. I watched this match for a little bit, but I didn't see the end of this match. I thought it seemed like it was not too bad, kind of okay. A little sloppy at times, but what was your thoughts on that?
It was a decent match. It was very, very short. I looked away. I looked away for a little bit of the match, and oh, the match is over. I think Rich Swan hit a I think he hit a frog splash off the top rope, and that's how he won the match. I mean, it was a decent match. I mean, VSK, because I think Brian Myers was supposed to be in this match. But I think Brian Myers, he got taken out because he suffered an injury. Well, they were saying on the show it was elevated enzymes, which they've done that in a WWE show before. Elevated enzymes. What does that mean? What is elevated? They're saying steroids or doing illegal drugs. What is elevated enzymes? I don't know. I mean, because the last show I watched in the summertime, it was Great American Bash 2006. And there were 3 wrestlers on that show that they said that have elevated enzymes. So I kind of find it funny that they were saying that Brian Myers has elevated enzymes here.
Maybe he wasn't being the most professional wrestler.
Maybe he wasn't. He must be using them enhancement drugs there. Who knows?
He had them elevated enzymes. Moving on to real quick, because I don't know when this announcement happened. The Knockouts Ultimate X was announced backstage, I think it was.
Oh yeah, it was after the women's match, after Deonna Purrazzo came out.
Okay. Well, while we're on it, did he say who was going to be in it? Because I must have missed that or wasn't paying attention at that point. Did he
Mm,
say who was going to be in it, or he just said it was going to be a Knockouts Ultimate X?
He just said there's gonna be a knockout Ultimate X match, which that's gonna
Well,
be pretty cool. A first time ever, you know. He's saying,
yeah,
you know, they've been doing a lot of first time evers, you know, in Impact as of late.
yeah,
Which
they will.
also Impact has been doing some really good stuff here. Like, and people love to give Impact. People love to hate on Impact just because, like, hey, you know, LOL Impact, you know, they do stupid things, but you know, since they got fans back in the arena, you know, they're getting that revenue back. You know, they're traveling. They're starting to travel around more. You know, I feel like Impact is doing good stuff, and they're bringing in, you know, the with the whole Forbidden Door. You know, they're bringing in different talent. You know, from
Yeah,
like New Japan. You know, these unsigned talent. I mean, Impact's doing some pretty decent stuff. I mean, there are some moments like I say the wrestling's pretty good and the storylines are pretty good, but the stuff that I still kind of get fed up with is the production issues that they have. But I mean
hmm,
that's every company a little bit. But like sometimes their audio issues or their video, like the video issues that they have, or like the lighting. Sometimes the lighting is like very dark in their in the arenas. But
hmm.
Impact, it's been doing some pretty solid stuff here.
Yeah. I think Impact's been probably one of the more consistent companies over the past couple of years. Really,
Hmm.
um, I think Impact has this bad reputation for some reason. But like, I mean, people complain about Impact, but then watch Ring of Honor. No offense to Ring of Honor, but everybody feels like Ring of Honor took a step back too. But Ring of Honor didn't get nearly as much criticism as Impact got for quote taking a step back. So whatever. I mean, Impact still like floats around people's mouths, uh, even now. Like for what taking a chance and going after WWE and failing. Like okay, like they tried it. I don't know. I just think
But
it's
I'll tell
just
you what here. I like how Impact, you know, they don't always change camera angles like so much times during the night. Like you could definitely tell with WWE. You could tell that guy in the back how much they're changing the camera angles. Like I was
right.
watching Survivor Series last night, and bro, like I was getting tired of all the different times that they were changing the camera angles.
um, Moving on to W. Morrissey versus Matt Cardona. It's interesting because W. Morrissey is huge, a huge human being, but Matt Cardona is so big. Like the dude is so freaking big. When you look at him, he's freaking jacked. But then W. Morrissey is also big and tall on top of that. But it was kind of an interesting little not even match in terms of height, but it was still even in terms of like both of them are just big dudes. Um, I, I like this. I thought this was good. Two big athletic guys going at it. I think this was pretty awesome. Like, and this was like one of those times where I wish like there were more video packages in this show, like just so I can know what's going on from not watching
I mean,
before. This one,
they did have a
this
video package for this match
Yeah,
here.
that's what I was thinking. I was thinking this one did, but like some of the other matches, they didn't have any at all. And I'm like, even something short would have just been nice, like a little small recap of something, or like how they do the like last week. This is what happened. Just a little something to like clue me in. Like this one, yeah, I do remember there being a video package. And now that you say it, but I mean, but this
Because
was
I
this
think
was
this match was kind of
mm,
like leading up to from that match that they had. Well, it was from Bound for Glory when they in the what match was it? The Call You Shot Gauntlet. I
mhm.
think W Morrissey threw him out and he said,
Yeah,
"Hey, no, he didn't throw him out." Or no, I can't exactly remember how it was. Or he almost beat Moose or something in the match, and then he said, "Hey, I was this close to beating Moose." And then W. Morrissey said, "Hey, you know what? You're not the person who's getting the next shot. I am." And so that's how they're kind of selling their differences to see
right.
who's kind of like getting the next shot at Moose.
Yeah, because it was they do like a triple threat number one contenders match or something with Eddie, Morrissey, and Cardona, right? On my tripping.
I think you might be right. I really can't remember that, but I remember them doing the triple threat. Well, no, yeah. You're right. They did do that. You're right. You're right.
But yeah, I mean, I thought this was good and interesting that Moose came out to attack Cardona and give Morrissey the win, which of course would be return, well, attempted return, return the favor later. But what was your thoughts on W Morrissey versus Matt Cardona?
This was a pretty solid match here. Um, I'm happy that they're keeping W Morrissey strong here. Which, like I said, I'm not going to be surprised if he's going to be facing Moose at the next Impact Special or pay per view, whatever. But it was a solid match. I mean, Matt Cardona, he's been doing some pretty good stuff here, like on the Indies and in Impact. Which, hasn't I think he's wanting to turn heel. Like he's been heel on like GCW. People been booing him and stuff. Cause wasn't he the GCW champion for a while?
Yeah, for a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, and people hated it. People like boo. Like people were throwing things at him and stuff. Like he thinks that he's a hardcore. He thinks that he's a deathmatch wrestler now, which is I find it kind of funny. But no, this match was decent between W Morrissey and Matt Cardona. And like you said, Matt Cardona, he's huge. Like ever since when he left WWE, he just got really big. And so did W Morrissey. I feel like when wrestlers like leave a company for a while and then they come back, they look like so big, bigger than what you thought, bigger than what you saw in the previous company, which is crazy. But no, it was a good match here. I enjoyed it.
I was trying to see. Okay, yeah, that's right. I was looking at the match after this, which is the Inspiration versus Decay, and I was wondering, what happened to Nevaeh, but she left Impact. That's right. Okay.
Did she leave? Oh yeah, she did leave Impact. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
So and that's why I guess they broke up her and Havoc when they did. But Havoc and Rosemary, which I think is a pretty cool team, in Decay going up against the Inspiration with Cassie Lee and Jesse McKay, or formerly known as Billy Kay and Peyton Royce. I really like the Inspiration a lot. I always have, but I think they're just fun. They're fun and they work well together and they're just perfect. They just have a good little chemistry with each other.
Would you say they're iconic?
They're iconic. They're
yeah, there you go. There you go. I think the little Matt Hardy there.
They're just I think they're just a perfect little combination together. And I like them as knockout champions. And I think even going up against Decay, it was a good match. But of course, the Inspiration was gonna continue to reign. So what was your thoughts on it?
This was a decent match. I'm a really big fan of the Inspiration's like theme song. I don't know why. Every time they do the entrance, like the way they come out, I would say it's very iconic. I can't do it. I say it's very iconic. Okay. But they got dominated a lot during this match. Like typical's as typical's heels will get dominated a lot during the match by the baby faces. I like how Rosemary, she's very, very like demonic and like she kind of bites their faces off a little bit during the match. I think that's pretty funny. But I like how the Inspiration, they won by cheating. That they won by, I think it was, who was it? I always get them confused. Oh man, what's the Inspiration? What's their names again? Not Billy Kay and Peyton Royce, but
Cassie Lee and Jesse McKay.
I think it was Jesse McKay who put her feet up on the ropes, and then that's how they won the match. They won by like a roll. DJ's favorite finish right there. His favorite finish. But no, it was good. I'm happy that they're still Knockouts tag team champions, and I wonder like who are they gonna be like facing next? Because like there's really. And me, DJ, has said this many times before. There's not really much knockouts, tag teams. There's not really much knockouts tag teams. Like, got the Inspiration, we got Decay. Who else do we have? We have it's with Madison Rain and trying to think of her name. Master Rain and her name was Emma. No,
Tennille Dashwood.
Tennille Dashwood. I don't know how I forgot Tennille Dashwood there for a minute. Tennille Dashwood, we got them, and then we got I'm about to say Caleb with the K. No, and then we also have another team. I can't think of who else it is. But yeah, there's really not much teams in the knockouts division. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you on that. I don't even, and I mean, I couldn't help you out because I don't really know who the teams are right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
The three-way match for the X Division Championship, Steve Macklin, Laredo Kid, and Trey Miguel. I thought it was awesome to see Steve Macklin come to play in this one because, I mean, I think he's really found a home in Impact, but I think at the same time he got a chance to showcase what he could do in this match. And I thought it was, I thought he looked really good. Of course, Trey Miguel did, and Laredo Kid has been, he's been around the block. But, this match was great. I think it showcased everybody, what they could do. The finish was cool, with Trey Miguel pinning both of them, Steve Macklin, protecting Steve Macklin a little bit, having him kick out, but, having Laredo Kid take the pin, especially, I mean, I don't know if Laredo Kid is officially on the roster or not, or he just,
Yeah, I think he got signed.
Oh, okay. But, I mean, even still, like, Laredo Kid's probably not somebody they're going to push right now, but Steve Macklin probably is, and he might even probably be the next X Division champion, once Trey Miguel's run is over. So I think they're going to try to keep him strong as they try to develop who he is. But Trey Miguel retained, getting the pin over Laredo Kid, still the X Division champion. What was your thoughts on the X Division championship match?
This was an awesome match. Like I feel like on every show they do like a multi-man like X Division championship match. But this was an awesome match. I like what they're doing with Steve Macklin. Like there was this really one awesome spot that Steve Macklin did in the match. It was like on the outside of the ring. It was like some type of like power bomb or he did. I don't exactly remember what it was, but it was a nice spot. I need to go back and watch that eventually. Yeah, but no, this was a good match. All three of these guys have really good chemistry. We saw some good high flying moves by Laredo Kid, and I love the ending there. With Steve Macklin doing his finisher on Laredo Kid, and then Trey Miguel hitting the Meteora and then pinning both of them, and then having Steve Macklin kick out, but Laredo Kid doesn't, and it like you said, EJ, protects Steve Macklin here, which I have a feeling that Steve Macklin is going to end up taking the title off of Trey Miguel eventually. Maybe, I don't know, at Hard to Kill maybe, or at this next Impact Special. Because I think the next Impact Special is on December 18th.
Oh, yeah, they're doing a little throwback thing.
Yeah, that little throwback, which I'm happy they're not calling it Final Resolution, because last year they have Final Resolution.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy. It's gonna be interesting to see what this like throwback special is about.
Yeah, because they're already promoting certain stuff for Hard to Kill too, aren't they?
Yeah, that because I think we're gonna have Deon Purrazzo going after the Knockouts Championship again.
I don't know how much people would like it, but I think it would be kind of fun to give them a break off from doing a live pay-per-view or something to do like I don't know what they're gonna do with this throwdown or whatever. But I think it would be cool to for them to play some of the best matches, like best pay-per-view matches or something, from over the years, just as a little, tribute to the history, but at the same time giving your people a live show off or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of to go with the theme, but I don't know, I don't know what the theme means. That's what I thought of when they said it. I was like, oh, are they going to play old matches? Are we going to see Bully Ray versus AJ Styles or something? I don't know. Just something.
Are we going to see AJ Styles versus Kurt Angle versus Christopher Daniels? That's a great match. By the way, if you've never seen that match, go check it out. Go check that match out. Go find a way to check it out. Unbreakable 2005. One of my favorite matches of all times in Impact.
Is it that? That wasn't Kurt Angle. That was Christopher Daniels, wasn't it?
I said, yeah, it's Christopher Daniels,
Samoa
AJ
Joe
Styles, and
and AJ
Samoa
Styles,
Joe.
right? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why I said Kurt Angle. I was thinking of. I meant to say Samoa Joe.
I think, but it's funny. I think it was AJ, not AJ Styles. Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe was like my falling in love with Impact moment. That feud was amazing. I really
Was
like
that in 2006?
2006.
Yeah.
I think it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was
And
good.
also another reason how I fell in love with Impact was Raven. When I saw him in Impact, I got like, oh, Raven's over here. I gotta start watching Impact. And I always like love his same song, like the way he like came out, like the Ravens. No, not the Baltimore Ravens.
Uh,
Wrong Ravens.
uh,
Wrong Ravens there.
uh,
Your dog Raven. Yeah, your dog. uh,
the Knockouts title match. This was the one that caught me off guard because I was like, wait, Mickey James is the champion. At some point in time too, Jonah debuted. When was that? When did
that
happen?
was after this match.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about it after this match then. Mercedes Martinez versus Mickey James. I was excited to see Mercedes Martinez. I forgot that she was in Impact too because I hadn't been watching Impact consistently like I should. But this was awesome. I mean Mickey James. You know, even as she gets older, she's still just great. You know, she's still fun to watch, and you know, got a lot left in the tank, and just you know, enjoyable to watch. And what I like about Mickey James too, and that seems to be something that seems to be a theme, at least with with most of the older wrestlers that will go to Impact, is they seem to like work the way they can work instead of trying to do too much. You know, we talked about it in the past with like Chris Jericho and you know, got even like you know, Juventud Guerrero, where you're like, why are you trying to work like you're 20 years old again? You know, it's okay to change your style a little bit and you know make it work. You know, and still make a good match out of it. And I think like Mickey does a good job with that. Is you know just watching her during this match in particular. Even like Kurt did a good job with that. I mean, not that Kurt was that old, but you know, Kurt knew when to take his chances and when not to, which you know I think was good. But Mercedes Martinez is awesome. I hope you know I don't know how like Mercedes Martinez is one of those and kind of reminds me of like Shayna Baszler, where she just looks like she could just beat everyone up that she takes a look at, you know, and like how she didn't get a push in WWE, I don't know, except for her being Reckoning or whatever the heck she was in freaking Retribution, whatever that
Retribution.
was. Oh, that stable. Anyway, and people say Aces and Eights was the worst stable in history of wrestling. Yeah, right. Anyway, Mercedes Martinez, I think had a good showing in this match, and I just like her so much. I want her to finally get, you know, the push she deserves. She had a good showing in the, and I think my first introduction to her was in the cruiserweight class. Was in the Mae Young Classic.
Mae Young Classic. Hey, I mean, anything can happen, really. I mean, you can have anything can happen now.
Was in the Mae Young Classic.
You can have intergender matches. I mean, it's Impact.
I enjoyed her a lot in the Mae Young Classic, and then unfortunately, I don't think she really got her opportunity. I think she got hurt at some point too, but she didn't really get her opportunity to do her thing. In WWE, so hopefully Impact will show her just due. After the match, Deonna Purrazzo came and attacked Mickey James and said, "This is my title. I'm getting it back," which is awesome. I kind of hope they pulled the trigger and let her take it back, but I don't know if they will. She's already a two-time champion. Not to say it would even be predictable because she's already a two-time champion, but you know, still, I mean, I think it would be nice or. I don't know. I like Mickey James as champion, but I think it's almost transitional to kind of like, oh, Mickey James is back. Whoa, you know, she won the title. You know, how long can this last? Lightning in a bottle type thing. So I wonder if she's gonna, you know, how long is she gonna hold the title and you kind of wonder who's going to be. I don't know the Knockouts roster right off the top of my head either at this point, but you almost wonder who would take it off of Mickey if it's not Deanna. I mean, Su Yung didn't really get proper title run before. Dang it.
You know who I wanted to bring back? She's working in what company is she working in now? Kylie Ray.
Oh yeah.
I want to see her come back. I want to see her because like she never got the chance. Because I'm pretty sure, wasn't last? Yeah, it was last year. She was supposed to get the shot at the Impact World Knockout Championship, not the Impact Championship.
If they sign, they might sign Taya back. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. Or she may go to AEW.
I forgot that Taya Valkyrie got released from WWE. Like, okay, yeah, I forgot. That's so terrible.
Yeah, they might sign Taya back. I mean, there's
You
plenty.
think that John Morrison will go back to Impact? Johnny
Maybe.
Impact.
I just feel like I wonder where he wants to go. Because I know AEW is like the hot commodity and all that now, but they ain't got but so much roster space. Even with a second show,
they have.
My thing is, it would be different if they signed all these people and they kind of let. That's the one thing about AEW that's getting me right now is I think they're trying too hard to compete with WWE because it would be nice to maybe see some of your younger guys on Rampage. I'm not saying do a brand split, but I'm saying do a brand split. I know that's literally WWE, but still, like, you have a roster that big of so many people. The brand split makes sense because you can have people feud and you can, if you do it right, LOL WWE sometimes, but like if you do it right, you can, pull some stuff off with a brand split. You can make a brand split work for you if you're AEW, but I don't know if they should do that or not. I don't know if they're ready for a brand split. But I mean, it would probably be beneficial for them to do just because you have so much talent. You don't want to spread your talent too thin. And you also don't want to feel like you're not using some of the other talent.
Also, they have whatchamacallit, AEW Dark and Dark Elevation. They could put that on TV, or just make it AEW Dark. Have the younger guys more on there, and you can bring up because they have this. That's what AEW is getting me with. Like they have so much talent that everybody's just getting lost in the shuffle of things. Like also what is I don't know what is like Orange Cassidy, he gets like shoved to the back, or like he you bring in all these different talent, like these new guys, and like they're at the forefront, and then like the guys who have been there for a while, then I guess it seems like they're getting shoved to the back of the line, and it's like it's become a mess. Like I think that's why WWE's doing a lot of these releases also, because they're like, well, they're not going to use these guys, so why keep them around? But then why did they sign them in the first place?
But like it would be different if it's like, and no offense to Humberto Carrero, but he always is the person that comes to mind. Like it would be different if it was like him. You haven't used him. You haven't even really thought of using him. You really have nothing for him, right? That would be different. Like you literally had Keith Lee win the NXT and North American title at the same time for the first time ever, brought him up to the main roster and threw him basically to the wolves. You had Karrion Kross come up. Like, it just doesn't make sense. These are guys, like focal guys, in your company, and you're like, nah, I'm good. Like, Randy Orton ain't gonna be there but so much longer. Guys like that. Like, I mean, I get it. Like right now, even looking like, Big E is young, of course, and they refuse to use Cesaro. I swear, how Cesaro doesn't have a title run under his belt, like how he doesn't constantly have a title, I'll never understand. Ziggler is another one where it's just like kind of just lost in the sauce. I know he's been doing. I know he's been like doing good tag team stuff, which is nice, but like. There's just certain things that just haven't happened. Like, why? Like, I remember looking back at Cesaro and Daniel Bryan in the ring together, and I'm like, this feud has never happened in this company. How? even like Cesaro versus Dolph would be amazing.
I
I
feel
don't
like
think that's happened.
we haven't got. I feel like we have gotten that before, maybe.
Have we? I mean, we may have, but like it's just like I mean,
Yeah, I think it was
that's the
might
thing.
have
You
been
have so
something
much
brief.
talent. Like you literally
Mhm.
have, like even releasing the people you release, you still have so much talent on your roster. But at the same time, like it seems like the older guys are kind of getting Goldberg, Brock, right? Lashley is old. No offense to
Cena.
Lashley because I love him, but Lashley is older, right? He is. You're not giving your younger guys a chance to like rise up the roster. Instead, you're releasing all of your
You're
younger
not like
guys,
cream rise to the top.
or like not even younger, because some of these guys, like even like a guy like Samoa Joe, right? Samoa Joe's not necessarily a spring chicken. He's not young, but at the same time, he's a guy who he's new to your audience, right? That's still young in a way, right? That's still like that's a new star that you can, throw in front of everybody and be like, hey, here it is. And I feel like WWE, that's kind of the issue with them is like they got so much talent. Even now, they still have so much talent. Like I'm sure they could do something meaningful with Humberto, but are they? Probably not. Ricochet's been on the roster for 5 years, and I ain't seen him do anything. Like, what's the point? Like, you got a guy in Keith Lee who you're trying to put in a prominent spot by having him answer an open challenge to Lashley, and then a month later you release him. But then a guy like Ricochet, who I think deserves the money, deserves the love, deserves the recognition, but you're not going to do anything with him because he's not your type of guy. You keep on the roster. Why? You
And then
ain't done anything with him.
and then you bring up Hit Row, and then like for what you release them a few days after them being brought up.
Yeah, you bring up Hit Row from NXT to just release them because if they sign their main roster contract, that 30-day waiting period that they had in NXT goes to 60 days.
I thought it's 90 days.
Is it 90? Goes to 90, whatever it is. It goes to 90 days. So you screw them over, which is stupid because at the end of the day,
I mean, they're still getting a paycheck, aren't they? They're still getting paid.
well, I think
during that time.
it's stupid because like Casey has said it when we had that video. What's another 30 days or 60 days or whatever going to do? I'm not going to forget about Hit Row in 60 days. It's just not going to happen.
Or 90 days,
Honestly, the way social media is, I'm going to talk about them until they debut somewhere else. Right? Same thing with Bray. Like everybody's like, he might have a no complete clause for however long, but everybody's like, when's Bray coming? When's Bray coming? When's Bray coming?
Yeah, which I'm pretty sure his 90-day don't compete clause is done with.
Yeah.
Which
I also
hope
think Bray is smart in that because he's probably saying everybody's expecting me to come at this time, right? Everybody expects me to come at my 90-day, at 91st day of my 90-day no complete clause. So why not wait it out and surprise some people instead of coming immediately?
Yeah, because everybody expected him to show up at I think it was like Rampage, and then people go like, "Oh no, it's gonna be Full Gear," and then like, I feel like maybe he could go over the Impact. That'd be a good spot for him.
And maybe Bray just needs a second to be away from wrestling. Right,
True.
His best friend died a year ago. Like
Yeah.
I think that's could be another portion of it too. Maybe he just needs some time away from the ring because he's just been giving it all to this never-ending, draining, non-rechargeable battery that's called WWE.
Yeah. And then the WWE creative team, when they're like, "Oh, we don't have nothing for you," like, "Sorry, we don't got nothing for you." Like, what? Then why do you even call yourself like being on the creative team if you can't come up with any storylines for these guys?
Too much.
I mean, DJB, you could go join the creative team, but we have more knowledge of wrestling, so they wouldn't hire us.
What's your thoughts on the Knockouts title match?
This was a solid match here. I really wasn't expecting Mercedes Martinez to win the championship here, but no, I mean it was a solid match, and I wouldn't be surprised if Deon Purrazzo does win the title back at Hard to Kill. Yeah, I was about to call it Genesis for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if
Final battle.
Final battle. Yeah, the final battle for Ring of Honor. No, this was a solid match here. I enjoyed it, and that whole announcement that they made after this match, with announcing the first ever Ultimate X women knockouts match. That's gonna be pretty cool. That's gonna
Definitely.
be pretty cool. I'm excited for that.
Um, Impact World Tag Team Title match. I just knew the Bullet Club was going to win this match versus the Good
Actually, I
Brothers
think you
because
forgot the with
I
with
forgot the
Josh
Jonah.
Alexander.
Yeah, Josh Alexander came out. I don't remember what he said right off the top of my head. Do you remember what he
Like,
said?
I think he was saying something about how he's been angry as of late, and that that he wants to get the Impact World Championship back, and then he got interrupted by none other than Jonah, aka Bronson Reed. This is pretty cool. This was I feel like this was a great spot for Bronson Reed to land up in, because I mean, yeah, it would have been predictable for him to go to like AW. But I mean, that Forbidden Door is open with that's a Ring of Honor with Impact as also, and also I like how he I wasn't expecting him to attack uh Josh Alexander, so I wonder where this is gonna go. Like, was this personal? Like, do they have like a history with each other, like on the independent scene? Or like I'm gonna be interesting to see where this goes this week on like Impact. But like he was just giving him a whole bunch of Jonah was giving him a whole bunch of sentons in the ring and just beating him up. And I think that's quite kind of funny. His name is Jonah. I got like, Jonah. That's an interesting name to use. But no, I mean, it was cool to see him debut.
Isn't that his real name?
Is that his real name?
I think it is.
I might actually check. I might actually
If I'm
look
not
that up here.
mistaken. While you look that up,
I'll let you give your thoughts on this.
yeah, should be interesting to see what they do with Jonah. Um, I liked him a lot. Another one that was just a surprising release, didn't really make any sense. You go from being North American champion to we got nothing for you, because that makes sense. And that's where like the confusion comes in with these releases, like how you go from being a champion in the company and a figurehead to we got nothing for you. Doesn't make sense. Oh, we can't blame John Cena now anymore. So anyway,
His name is Jermaine. That doesn't Jermaine.
Okay, it's close to Jonah. Moving on.
I mean, it does have a J in there.
The tag team title match. I just knew the Bullet Club was going to win this match. I really did.
Bullet Club.
Yeah, Bullet Club versus the Good
Oh
Brothers.
yeah.
I felt like they were going to win this match, and they tricked me, and the Good Brothers escaped, dang on it, and Chris Bay and Hikuleo.
Hikuleo.
Yeah, that one. I don't know how to say his name, but I tried. Yeah,
A
I
for
thought
effort.
I just knew they were going to win. They didn't. It was sad. Especially since Kenny's losing all his titles, I just expected the Good Brothers to go ahead and drop some too. But good stuff. I feel like the Bullet Club will get the titles eventually. So, what was your thoughts on the almost main event, not co-main event, almost main event?
I mean, I wasn't really expecting to see the Good Brothers lose the titles here. I mean, they are kind of getting boring as tag team champions. I feel like they do the same thing every single week and stuff. And like I said, they're just kind of getting boring, just like Kenny Omega was kind of getting boring as the AW champion. Like his gimmick was just kind of wearing on me, or like not as like gimmick, like it's just what each week what he did on TV was just like kind of wearing on me. Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to see who the Good Brothers actually lose titles to, because like I said, I don't really feel like there's much tag teams in the Impact tag team division right now. If I go look at the roster, to see all the tag teams, like I just don't feel like there's much tag teams. You feel that way, DJ?
Yeah, I mean, I don't watch Impact enough to know like who's on the roster anyway right now. But yeah, I don't really even know of any other tag team. I mean, I know Rohit and the guy he's with, not Shira, but the other guy, the something Singh. I can't remember his name. I just saw it 2 seconds ago. Raj Singh. I mean, I know they're a tag team, but I mean, Finn Juice.
Oh yeah,
Feel
Finn
like
Juice. We got.
you almost feel like you're borrowing Finn Juice at at some point. Um, I mean, I don't think there's a lot of tag teams in Impact right now. So,
Mm-mm. I agree.
but, but main event: Eddie Edwards versus Moose. Absolutely amazing, um, crazy match, but amazing at that. It felt it. I don't know if it felt long or like. I guess it did kind of feel a little long. There was just some moments that felt like they lingered a little bit, especially like when Eddie was cutting the ring away, cutting the canvas away, so he could get to the wood. It just like that never takes as long as it did tonight. Like, and I get it; it was a little bit more authentic, I guess. But still, the match was good. It was amazing. Good main event. I mean, I love Eddie Edwards, but did I really expect him to win the title? Nah. No. He's had it multiple times. He just had it, like literally just had it. Um, so it's like,
Did he just have the Impact World
yeah,
Championship?
remember he had it before. Josh Alexander didn't win it off him, did he?
And Omega. Well,
He
Christian
had it
Cage.
before.
Christian Cage had it.
Yeah, Christian Cage had it, but Eddie had it recently. Like it was. Let
Omega.
me think.
It was Omega.
Yeah, um, so Moose won it from Alexander. Alexander won it from Omega, right? No, Cage. Cage
Yeah.
won it from Omega. Omega won it from Rich Swan. Rich Swan won it from. I thought Rich Swan won it from Eddie Edwards.
I thought it was Sam McCallahan. No, Rich
No, Sammy hasn't
Swan.
had the title. Rich Swan won it from. I can't remember it, but Eddie Edwards has had the title.
Actually,
Because
I
Eddie
think it
Edwards won it
was.
after EY got hurt, I think, or something. I can't remember,
I think it
but I
was
know
actually. Yeah, I think you're right.
Eddie has had the title. I guess it's just felt like,
It was really short lived. I think.
yeah, it was like it was a transitional thing, and I don't remember who took the title off of him.
I think it might have been Rich Swan.
Was it? It might have been Rich Swan. I can't remember. I have to look it up. But yeah, Eddie just had the title, so I'm like, and I know for a fact because I remember watching when Eddie had the title because I'm like, why does Eddie have the title again? um, but yeah, this because the match that they had for the title, I was like, you could have gave that to several other people because I think Moose was in the match or something. Like I can't remember, but I want to think Moose was in that match. Or something like that. Somebody who was worthy of winning the dang on title was in the match, and I can't remember who it was when Eddie won it. But I'll
I
look it
think it
up.
was. Oh, I think it was last year. Go look up Slammiversary last year.
Um,
Look up.
but yeah,
Yeah.
this match was awesome. Some of the spots were really cool, and like the ladder spots were good. That friggin' sunset flip powerbomb that Eddie hit, that was, I don't even know how he braced himself for that too. And then him taking the Uranagi on the wood like that, I don't know how he braced himself for that one either. I mean, I get you only just took the thin pad off, but still, I mean, that's still wood. Wood on top of steel, and on top of that, yeah, just really good match. The little stare down they had with the kendo sticks was good. It's just it was just fun. I don't know if this rivalry is fitting of a Full Metal Mayhem match. I still question that sometimes, like when they just throw these Full Metal Mayhem matches or hardcore matches or cage matches
I
or
mean,
you know.
Moose did lay his hands on his wife.
Okay,
So,
okay, makes sense. Makes sense.
so,
I'll give you that one.
so I
I
mean,
I watched the video package, but I was just glancing at it, so I probably didn't see it.
because I think it was
But
like a special or something like where, yeah, Moose beat up Moose and Debbie Morrissey beat up Alicia Edwards.
okay, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I missed that one, but But yeah, I mean, I think this match was awesome. But and the ending was fun. You know, Moose hitting the Yanagi on the wood and then hitting the spear. And then even having W. Morrissey come out and try to help Moose, and then
And Matt
Eddie
Cardona
almost
came
gets the
out.
win with the little, the Boston Knee Party with the
Chain.
chain around his knee and all that. That was good. It was a good match. Cardona came out to even the score and everything. Yeah, it was good because you felt like Moose was gonna win the same way Morrissey did earlier, but then Cardona made sure that wouldn't happen. Yeah, it was good. I like Moose as champion, I really do. Been waiting on this for quite some time. So I mean, I think it's good. I also hope that I want them to wait because I do want Moose to have a pretty decent run. And I don't even know how they pull it off. But I don't want anybody to take this title off of Moose until Josh Alexander does so. I think that would make sense. Let Moose have his little dominant title run, and let Josh Alexander they can even do the thing. I don't know if they can. I don't know. They can do the thing where it's like you can't challenge for the title until blah 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 for a year or something. Then the year comes up and he's ready to challenge, or you can't challenge for the title as long as I'm champion. And then Moose gets fed up and lets him challenge or something, and then Moose's little cocky confidence gets him in trouble or something. Doesn't really matter. I think they should definitely do that and have Josh Alexander take the title back from Moose. They could do it 6 or so months down the road, but how you gonna pull that one off, I guess too. But what was your thoughts on the main event of the evening?
This was a great match. I really enjoyed it. There's one spot that Moose did at the beginning of the match where he hit powerbomb on the stage. That was nice during the match. I thought it was pretty cool with the table on the outside of the ring right at the beginning of the match when Eddie Edwards did a backdrop Moose through the table. I wasn't expecting that at the beginning of the match. I love that ladder spot with the sunset flip off the top of the ladder. Oh man, with that ladder just folding up and crushing. That was pretty cool. We saw another we saw a powerbomb through a table that Moose did. We even saw the like you said, the Uranagi spot on the wood. Oh man, that was devastating. I like when they were both going at it with the kendo sticks, like wailing each other with the kendo sticks. That was pretty nice. But no, I really wasn't expecting Eddie Edwards to win title here. I wasn't expecting him to win it, which I'm happy that Moose retained, and I hopefully he has a long, dominant reign as Impact World Champion here. It was a solid match, which I expected this match to go on. I felt like the match was kind of short, to be honest. I felt like the match is.
That's what it was. Okay, I remember now. So, well, I looked it up, so it makes me remember when you look it up and it's right in front of you. So, remember the title was vacated because due to Tessa Blanchard, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they had that 5-way at Slammiversary, like you were saying, and it was EY and Rich Swan, Ace Austin, Trey Miguel was in there too. Yeah, that's what it was. And then Eddie Edwards was in that match, and he won the title then. Then EY came and won it from him. Then Rich Swan won it from EY.
Yeah.
Yep. Then Kenny won it from Rich. Christian Cage won it. Josh Alexander won it, and then Moose won it. But yeah, I think, and also the one thing, they talk so much about how Option C is this big risk, right? They talk so much about how Option C, you're risking it all. You're literally risking your X Division Championship, which is very prestigious. Which is another point I want to make. You're risking your X Division Championship to go after the world title, right? Well, there's nothing more than risking it all than risking the X Division Championship to win the world title for 2 seconds to get cashed in on by Moose. That's literally risking it all. Also, I would love to see. I don't know who could do it. I don't know who would be the perfect like person to pull it off. But I want to see somebody not cash in option C 1 year. I want to see somebody be like, this title is either more prestigious than the world title or just as prestigious or whatever you want to say. This title can definitely, like, you can't hold a candle to this title. I'm not
There
cashing
was
in
a
option C.
there was a point where they weren't doing option C.
Yeah, I
I
know.
think
That's what I wanted to look up real quick. Let me see if I can figure out what that is.
yeah, I'm
Because, like
not
I said,
sure.
I remember that. My computer's going dead, of course. I'm trying to remember what this meant. Option C.
Because I'm pretty sure option C.
I just don't remember the rest of the like, and they don't even really talk about the other options because nobody ever used the other options. I know one's keep the title,
I think
but
option A
like
is to keep the title.
I can't remember I can't remember option B.
Yeah, I don't remember option B. I just remember option C because I remember Austin Aries making it because
Let me
like he
see.
made
Hold
it
up.
against.
I think I got it now. So, okay. So option A is keep the title. Option B was cash in the X Division title. Cash in the X Division title for a title shot. Oh, okay. Cash in the X Division title for a title shot. So like, no, that doesn't make sense either. I thought it was like a mid card title shot. That doesn't make sense either. Hold up.
A big card title shot. I thought there was
Okay,
only.
so I think this is what it is. So option A is hand over the X Division title and take a title. So this says take your offer, hand over the X Division title, take the title shot on the champ. Option B, keep the X Division championship. So you get no title shot, and then
Wait,
I don't
what?
remember. Like it doesn't make sense now. It made sense
That
back
doesn't make
then, but
sense.
now it doesn't make sense at all. Like any
I
final
thought there were
thoughts
only.
on?
I thought there were only two options. Like you either A, you take you keep the title, or
So how does option C come in? Is my question.
I guess they go like, you know what? Let's just forget. Then they should say A or B. They shouldn't call it C. I guess they forgot the alphabet. I guess that's why. I don't know why. That I just remember Austin Aries making it a few years ago. Like back, well, it was more than a few years ago, but 2012. Remember him making it on Jeff Hardy, saying, "Hey, I want to cash in I don't option C."
I can't remember what option. Like I don't remember what option C is. Like I mean, I remember option C. I just don't remember A and B. But I'll figure it out, and we'll get back to you on the next
Yeah,
thing we do.
watch once we finish this video, we'll remember.
'Cause I
We'll
can't
know what
remember.
it is.
I have to watch the little Hogan because I know it was during the Hogan era when this happened. But anyway,
Yeah, it was 2000. It was 2012. It was like around Bound for Glory of 2012.
but anyway, as always, hope you guys enjoyed the video, the review for Turning Point. Did you give your thoughts on the match?
Yeah, it was a good match.
Okay. I couldn't remember if you did or not, but hope you guys enjoyed as always. Picks coming up very, very soon. So the Baltimore Colts show, week 12.
That's crazy. It's already
predictions.
week 12. Already week 12.
Crazy. Week 12 predictions coming up very, very soon. I'm gonna try to coerce Adam into doing a preview with me since the Browns play the Ravens on Sunday Night Football. So that should be fun. But as always, hope you guys enjoy.
I'm gonna be doing during this week of the NFL games. I'm gonna be.
Oh, you're on the bye week?
Bye week, yeah.
Oh, it's tragic.
This is great. The Chiefs can go. I feel like they can. I mean, I feel like they can win out the rest of the season. They're gonna run the table because we don't play anybody else the rest of the season. Anybody else?
Like literally, or they just gonna advance y'all to the playoffs based off of how y'all done so far, or
yeah, the Chiefs are for real now. We're for real.
But Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Football fans, picks coming soon. Ravens preview coming soon, which ultimately means hopefully a Browns preview, I guess, coming soon in that
Chiefs
same
preview
video.
coming soon.
Justin will never do a Chiefs preview, I don't feel like, so
You don't feel like I'll do a Chiefs preview? I'll do one for week 13.
won't happen. But
It's
as
gonna
always,
happen.
hope you guys enjoyed. I'm cashing option C. I'm going to bed. See you
I'm
guys.
cashing option B. I'm gonna do a preview.
Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, you can listen to us Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Spotify, all the other platforms. Google us. We're Googleable. You can watch us
Snapple.
Facebook, YouTube, as well. I guess that's all I got. That's all I got.
Ankle.
But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed.
Come sponsor us, Kurt Angle. And Snapple, come
Yes.
sponsor us.
With the
You know, Drew-
sponsorships. But anyway, until next time, we'll see you guys on whatever the next one may be. Bye. Felicia's.